My name is Stuart Cohn, and I think you're going to find today's session very powerful. I do hope it's the top 10 tips to reboot groups. Now I can go on and on and on with tips, but I tried to pick out 10 that I felt were really powerful, that I know that my boot campers have been appreciating, and that when I go on the speaking circuit and I deliver, they seem to inspire. You see, a little over a year ago, I created something called Group Boot Camp. It's online. Okay, and it's not one of those things where, oh, when does it start? Well, it starts whenever you start it. You move through it at your own pace. In any case, because I decided it was time to help travel professionals start their own personal group revolution. Because getting into the group game gives you something special so that suppliers and online travel agents can't compete with you. It's a way to keep your business obsolete proof. This is what I've been doing. We're celebrating our 1-year anniversary, and so I'm bringing these free webinars to you in the hopes to not only helping to ignite and spark and nurture your own group success and elevate your business, but maybe you want to join boot camp. So I got a freebie for you, so stick around, and I've got a special promotional offer as well. And here's the deal. I'm going to be going real fast, but if you guys have any comments, questions, suggestions, anecdotes, go ahead and type it into that question box. But when I get going, I run my own show here. I don't have a crew of people here, feeding questions to me, but I will check as often as I can. So here's the order of events it's going to go. I'm going to start with the 10-step countdown shortly. Towards the end, it should be in 30 minutes or less. I promise, 30 minutes or less from now, I'll be done. So if you got to go, you can go. Whether you're in Portugal or Ottawa or in Kona or in Baltimore, if you got to go, go. But if you want to hang around, it's going to be open Q&A. So type in whatever you want. If you want me to turn your mic on, let me know. We can hear your voice or your webcam. We can see you. Ask me anything you want. That's kind of the Ask Stuart Hour session where it's open-ended, open mic. I do this for my boot campers. And towards the end, again, in 30 minutes or less, I'm going to give you the link. Get a freebie, which I'll tell you about, and I'll tell you about the promotional offer with boot camp. But right now, the only thing I'm going to sell you on is how to get more groups and make more money. That's sort of my theme of boot camp. So the materials I'm delivering with you today, materials right out of boot camp, and it's just a tiny portion of what's in boot camp that I'm really jazzed about, really, really excited. Damone said, no question, but I am at work and have to step away for a few. Will you email any promotions announced here? Absolutely. I got you covered. Don't worry about a thing. I realize you're running a business right now. You may get a phone call. You may get, well, don't check your email. Stay with me. But if you've got a situation, if you got a way to go service your customer, if you've got to go make a sale, go do it. Go do it. But then come on back here. All right, everybody, here we go. The number one question I have to ask you is this. Are you still trying to sell group travel? And you're probably all answering, well, yes, Stuart, that's why we're here. We sell group travel. So I'm going to blow your mind, and I'm going to tell you to stop thinking about trying to sell group travel because nobody wants to be sold to. Do you want to be sold to? Of course not. You want to buy only the things that you need. You're going to buy, you personally, only the things that solve a problem. When you go buy a dishwasher, you're not buying it because somebody's selling it to you. You're buying it because your dishwasher broke. And I say that because my dishwasher's broke and I got to go buy a dishwasher. Okay? You can't sell a vacation to somebody. Somebody got to need a vacation. They're going to need to pay. But have you ever applied this concept, this very basic, this fundamental of sales to group travel? The only time we buy things is when we've got a problem and we need it solved. You go to a restaurant and you buy dinner when you're hungry. Okay? With group travel, you don't sell it. Listen to me, use group travel to solve a problem. And you're saying, okay, Stuart, wait, I don't understand. What problem does group travel solve? How could it be a solution? Now, if I gave you time to think about it, I bet you'd come to this on your own, but I want to give you some examples of how group travel solves problems and becomes a solution. Let's say it's a family reunion. You're talking to them. You're having a conversation. And that, you know, if a friend, somebody in the family, or a friend of a friend in your inner circle, and you say, and their problem is they've got grandparents, they've got grandkids, they've got a couple of great grand, you know, all these different ages. It's so tough to do. They've never done a reunion before, but how do you do it and have it, and so everybody has fun? Well, you have the answers, because you know you could put them on a cruise ship or a specific resort that offers activities and amenities to satisfy everybody in the group. You're solving a problem. Well, it's a wedding, and they want to do something super special. They've got a problem. They don't want to do the ordinary wedding at the catering hall. Destination wedding is a solution. You've got an organization that needs to raise money, or needs to have it's your 25th organizational anniversary. I don't know whether it's the Rotary or the Kiwanis or whatever. They want to do a big black tie event. Well, and they don't know what to do that's different, that's fun, that's engaging, that's rewarding, that's exciting. You have a solution, group travel, which means, folks, that you need to play detective. You need to play detective, and you need to find out what their problem is, and then slip in group travel as a solution. So quit thinking of selling it, because nobody wants to be sold to. But if you find people, business owners or friends or people you meet in the grocery section squeezing cantaloupes, and you've got a solution to their problem, then that's how you grow your group business. It's a good way how to reboot it. Quit thinking of trying to sell it, because you can send out 1 million postcards. You can send out 1 million emails, say, hey, I'm the group expert. Buy group travel from me. Buy it from me. Click, delete. Am I making sense? Am I making sense? We're going to go to number 2 now. Are you searching for group leaders? Are you? Do I see the hands go up? My guess is you probably answered this as a yes. Yes, I'm searching for group leaders, Stuart, but I would like to tell you to quit searching for group leaders. If you really want to search for group leaders, open up the Yellow Pages, if it still exists, and look under group leaders, and you'll find professional group. These are the people who probably have been doing it for years, perhaps. They're real savvy at it. They know what to ask for. They know maybe a little too much than they should know, because maybe travel agents before you have spilled the beans, have ruined it for you, in that they would say to these group leaders, well, I've got 6 gap amenity points. Pick which one you want. Bad, no, bad. That's none of their business. That's huge. That's like playing poker and exposing your hand and then trying to bluff somebody. As we say here in the Mid-South, that dog don't hunt. So quit searching for group leaders who may be just too savvy. Why don't you create new group leaders? Because if you go find existing group leaders, it's possible they may have their own agenda and not yours. In other words, they're going to, who knows, price you out, shop you like crazy, and they've been doing this for years, and they're in it for themselves. Maybe they're in it for themselves. They only want for themselves, and they don't really care as much about the group. So if you focus on creating new group leaders, meaning you can mold them from the beginning, and so they don't have to know the behind-the-scenes stuff, and you're negotiating, which could be so much better, so much easier, and you're going to work together so much greater, because it's a true collaboration, right? It's a true partnership, a strategic partnership. How do you create a new group leader? Well, basically, you know, as you discover group opportunities, because you found that they've got a problem and you can use group travel as a solution, okay, then you're going to find out who in that organization, keyword here, keyword, listen up, who in the organization doesn't have the biggest title, because just because they're president, CEO, chairman, doesn't mean that they're the smartest or the person who should be the group leader in this case, I should say. But you want to find the most influential person. Write that down, influential person, and make them the group leader. Think of creating new group leaders. And frankly, they may not even want to be called a group leader, but you know that they are your group leader. So don't think immediately of, where am I going to find group leaders? No, no, no. Just focus on finding potential groups that have a problem that you can solve with travel, and pick out who you think is going to be the best group leader. Next, are your solicitation emails going nowhere? I ask this question because I know that a lot of agents, they'll put it in an email blast or the newsletter or whatever, or better yet, maybe local a wine store, a wine club, or a restaurant, or a business in town that you've always wanted to partner with. Do you have that, where you want to do a partnership and you have got a great idea, a fabulous idea for a group, and it's your idea? So you send an email and you put it out that you've got this great idea, and that they're going to be the group leader, and that we can sell it to all of their customers, and that it's a great program, great idea. And so you put all the details, you spill the beans in the email, and it's a long email, and then you ask for a meeting, okay? But what happens with those emails? Delete. Why? Because you're selling to them. You're not playing detective. You're not collaborating. You're not looking to start a relationship or have a conversation, but they're going to delete it because you're selling something. The whole idea is to get in the door. And I tell you, the way to get in the door is with a 15-minute meeting. I'm doing it here in Memphis. Like, you have no idea how successful it is. Well, I'm telling you, it is. I asked for a 15-minute meeting from there. We have a Hall of Fame NSA, or National Speaker Association guy here, a Hall of Famer. He's the co-author of 2 one-minute manager books. His name is Don Hudson. I originally asked for a 15-minute meeting. He agreed to it. When I went to go firm it up this morning, long story short, I said, but I'm happy to take you for lunch if you don't have a lunch date today. And you know what? He said, yes. We spent over an hour together. Ask for a 15-minute meeting. And yeah, if you need to, I suggest you make a phone call. And I suggest if you want to send an email too, that's fine. But don't sell anything. Don't spill the beans. All you're looking to do is get a 15 meeting. And what do you say? What do you say? Just say, hey, you're a local business owner. Or, hey, I've read your books. Or, hey, I eat at your restaurant. And I'm a local business owner too. Or I'm a patron of your store. I'd love to come in and chat. You have 15 minutes. Let me buy you a cup of coffee. And have a conversation. Learn who they are, what they do, and maybe they've got a problem you can solve with group travel. You never know. But really, there are 5 ways you're going to get in the door to an organization or to an opportunity. I believe only 5 ways. Number 1, maybe you're a member. Maybe you're a member of that organization, association, or club. So that helps. That's the ticket in. Number 2, maybe you've been referred. I love the referral game. You've heard the expression FOS or FOM, friend of Stu, friend of Mike. FOB, friend of Bob, not freight on board, but friend of Bob. Get referred in, name drop. It works. It helps. Number 3, as a customer, if you're a customer of that business, of that store, that'll make them feel great that you're not just coming out of the blue. You're a patron. You're a loyal customer, and you want to meet the owner. You're a local business owner too. Number 4, maybe you're a fan. Maybe it's that chef, or maybe it's a writer for the newspaper, or maybe it's a local author. Whoever it is, whatever it is, you're a fan. Or maybe you guys share a particular passion. Maybe it's for fundraising. Maybe it's a civic organization or a civic event that they do. But you need a connection, friends. If you don't have one of these 5 connections, it's going to be real tough for you to get in the door. Now, we've got a lot more people who came in a little bit later. I'm checking the question box here. Nobody else has made a comment or a question. You guys are tuned in. You're watching. So I'm going to close that little box right over there, and we're moving right on. 10 tips to help reboot your group sales. And this is number 4. Are they shopping you and then dropping you? Are they shopping you and then dropping you? Meaning, you can't understand why, you send them the quotes and they never call you back. They don't answer the phone. You leave voicemails. You send emails. They don't respond. Does this happen to you? I'm not even talking on an individual basis. I'm talking with groups. Again, if you said yes again, I'm going to give you a solution. I'm going to give you a solution. In the group world, the worst thing you can do is sell off-the-shelf, bare-bones, stripped-down products. I'll say it again. The worst thing you could do is sell an off-the-shelf, bare-bones, stripped-down product, because that makes you no better than an online travel agency and no better than a supplier. Okay, we're going to talk about that later. Stick around. But my point is, so you're like, okay, Stuart, what's the solution? The solution is never to sell an off-the-shelf, bare-bones, stripped-down product, but to only sell a package. So I really have two big takeaways on this point. You always want to sell the package, because you don't want to start competing on price, my friends. And I know they're going to ask for the best price. Everybody wants the best price, but more important, and put your consumer cap on, everybody wants the best value first and foremost. Clearly, it's got to fit into the budget. But think of how many times you spent a few more dollars because you got a whole bunch more. I call it supersizing. I do this all the time. I love value packages. So we do I have a lot of material on this in boot camp, because this is huge. First, ask permission to package. Once they give you permission to package, then you can package it and you don't have to break out the pricing for them. Number two, it allows you to set your own margins and markups and so forth. But the other thing here too is, and then we're going to move on. The other thing here too is when it comes to if you know they're not responding to your emails, returning your calls, did you just send the price quote by email? Never again will you do that, because you need to present it to the group leader, either one-on-one in person, or better, present it to a whole group of people. Because think about this, if you're only presenting to one person, you're counting on that one person. I'm getting off track here, but you're getting more good stuff. You're counting on them to sell it as well as you did to everybody else in the organization. Not going to happen. Present it in person, then follow up with it in writing. Okay, never want to lead with price. Hey, would you guys do me a favor, just so I know things are coming in good? You guys are riveted. Some of you newbies who came in late here, that's okay. I love you. I hope you're on the phone making sales. Just type in a little message. Say, hey, Stu, I'm here. I can see it. I can hear you. All right, just let me know. There we go. There's Kate. Kate saying, oh, good, taking lots of notes. Awesome, everybody. Cool. Okay, so the package is critically important. Number 5, and after number 5, I'm going to take a little short break, and I'll check the question box again. But number five is, are you upset? Are you disappointed? Are you angry that group leaders let you down? I hate to tell you, it's not their job to hold you up. Let that sink in. Look, if the group leader didn't need you to work your magic and do your stuff, they would have done it themselves and gone direct or found somebody else. But the group leader is hiring you to make it a success. It's not the group leader's fault if it fails. It's not. It's your responsibility to maintain control, to manage the group. Let them the group trip. Let them be in charge of the group itself, but you're in charge. You're being hired to run the group trip, which means from beginning to end, you've got to deliver it to perfection. Now, I know what you're saying, but Stuart, the group leader is pivotal. Of course, the group leader is pivotal in success, okay? But the way you do it is by synchronizing your mission to make sure you're singing from the same hymnal. You want the same exact result, which is a successful group, okay? And finally, to get the group agreement letter signed. Now, you're going to ask for a free copy of this, and you're not going to get it. I'm sorry. It's in boot camp, but just appreciate this philosophically, fundamentally, that you should never, ever do another group without getting a signed group letter agreement. And all it does, friends, all it does, it it reinforces what you're going to do and what the group and the group leader are going to do to make it a success. Who does what? I have a template in boot camp too that the boot campers get to use. So group leaders are only going to let you down if you don't take control, take command, and deliver a successful group. Or else they don't need you. What would they need you for? All right, a quick break. Speaking of, and this is something free I'm going to offer to you, because this is such a big topic, and you're probably saying, "Oh, he's not going to give us anything free." Well, I always give you free. This webinar is free. That's what I like to do. So you can do this for your clients too. We talk about destinations and groups that you do. This is how you build integrity. This is how you build expertise in an area. And I love sharing this. I love doing these kinds of webinars. So I'm grateful you're here. Did I say that yet? I'm grateful you're here. So in about 10 or 15 minutes, I'm going to give you the URL, and I'm going to give you, it's about a 9-minute video. It's right out of boot camp. You're going to see the actual boot camp video and get the transcript, how to get group leaders to commit and deliver. Okay, so stick around. And also towards the end, I'm going to tell you about boot camp. It's our 1-year anniversary celebration. We're doing amazing, amazing things. We're just about reaching the tipping point with the number of agents, and it's unbelievable. Start when you want, but I'm doing an anniversary special where you can get 2 additional months free. It's a membership. It's a 1-year membership. I'll give you 2 extra months, so you get 14 months, but we'll talk about that after. All right, so hopefully you'll be intrigued. Maybe you think I'm just so adorable you want in. Could you tell I'm having fun? I love what I do. Right, we got to bring the fun back into work. All right, number 6, are you still using travel free as bait? Now, don't raise your hand because I don't want to know if you're the one still doing that, but most agents are. What I mean is, you might be promoting on your card, on your website, on your Facebook, hey, ask me how you can travel free. And I say, no more. Why? Because it's ineffective, costly, and amateur. And I want to tell you why for several reasons. Number 1, you're selling something that you may not be able to deliver, and you're getting away from the whole concept of delivering a group trip that solves a problem. Guess whose problem you're solving? That person who says, yeah, I want to travel free, which means they're totally self-absorbed and interested in getting free travel for themselves, and they may not be a good group leader because they're not motivated because they just care about themselves. Second of all, why would you do that? Because how do you know the group leader even wants a free trip? What if that group leader already gets their stateroom or their room paid for by the organization, association, or club? Don't offer something free. Don't offer an incentive until you know what it is they want. And she's saying, so Stuart, how do I know? Wouldn't everybody want free travel? No, I just told you they may not need it, may not want it. It may not matter to them. And now once you give away something free, you can't take it back because they're still going to ask you for more. Now you're in real trouble. You sit down and you play detective again. What do you need? What do you want? That's how you build your incentive. And a free cabin is not a free cabin. You guys know that. There's port tax. There could be NCCFs. There's all kinds of stuff that costs you a lot more money than what they really think is costing you. So figure out first what it is they need, what they want, that's going to make them real hungry to want to be a partner in the success. And it's never a gimme. They have to earn it. And in that group letter agreement, that's another part. You're going to clearly outline how the incentive is earned and when they receive it. So this is where you get to demonstrate your skills and become a true partner. True skills in understanding and qualifying what it is that group needs, what they want. Okay, and then build it in and say, I'll tell you what, it sounds like you guys would love to have I'm just making this up, a welcome party. They're like, oh, that would be great. But, I don't know if we can afford it. I said, tell you what, let's build it in. We'll build it in, but we'll make it super duper extra good if we reach 50 guests. What do you think of that? Really? Wow. Find out what it is they need. Don't wave that banner, travel free, because you're only going to get trouble. Number 7, are you allowing internet and direct sellers to beat you? I kind of referenced this before. And I use the word allow for a very important reason, because I believe that's what you might be doing, is allowing them to beat you, because they can't beat you on their own. They do what they do, and they do it very well. That's why we're so focused on groups, because they do a lousy job at groups, entirely one-dimensional. They can't create a special, magnificent package the way you do. They cannot offer a multi-generational, a multifaceted package or options. They can't play detective and learn what the needs are. The internet and suppliers, direct sellers, they sell bare bones, stripped down products. You can create the package, and you can create a high value opportunity that is going to be higher in cost, but is going to deliver so much more. You guys know that when they get on the trip, if they pay a bare bones price, it's going to end up costing them more, because they're going to pay for more when they get there. They're going to be annoyed that they had no idea all these extra things, or some of the stuff may be sold out, but if you build it in advance, it could cost them less, and there's a lot less stress. So they've got nothing on you. But the most important thing is that, friends, you need to believe in your purpose, and you need to prove your value. And I'm going to tell you what your purpose and your value is right now. Get ready to write this down. I'm going to do it fast, because we're running behind, because I'm talking my mouth off here, giving you good stuff. I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind. If you got to go, you got to go. But stick around. But I want to tell you what your purpose and value is. Use your own words. But you, as a travel professional, you do three things. Three things. Number one, you reduce stress and risk. But don't just say these words. Tell them how you reduce stress and risk, because you know how you do that, don't you? Number two, you add value and convenience. Value and convenience. Everybody wants convenience. Everybody wants value. And give them an example of the kind of value and convenience that you offer as part of a group trip. And finally, you transform people. You transform lives. You take what could be just an ordinary, okay group event to something better, to something the best, because you think of things that they don't know about. You think of things that they never thought of. You make sure everything is perfect, and they're going to come back saying it was the best ever versus it was okay. So if they insist on paying a bare bones, stripped down price, say, sayonara. I can't work with you, because you're going to come back saying it was okay. I only work with people who want to come back saying it was the best ever, and say goodbye, because they're going to come back unhappy. Trust me, if you give them bare bones, stripped down pricing. Next, are you not escorting groups, even when you know you're really needed there? I brought this up because so many times you look at this, you go, oh, I don't want to have to do this because I never get paid, costs me a lot of money. But the whole idea is that you will get paid, and I teach you this how in boot camp, because you need to get paid. Because if you're not there and you know you should be there, it's going to go wrong. You could have done an exquisite job of preparing this group. And once they get on that ship, or once they get to the resort, or once they get on that coach, things can go terribly wrong, especially if it's a more complex group. They want to have meetings, there's a function, there's a high number of people. My friends, you can't afford to be sitting home and saying, good luck. Let me know how it goes. If you need me in an emergency, here's my phone number. And of course, they can't call because it's international. You need to build yourself in. And if somebody says to you, yeah, but I'm not paying. I just had this. Somebody told me that they had an opportunity to do an incentive, and she knew she had to be there. And so the client says, well, we're not going to pay for you to be there. And she said, you don't worry about that. I'm going to present you with listen to me, a package. And I build myself into that package. So I don't charge you. You don't pay for my trip directly. But let me tell you something, Mr. Jones. You don't want to do this incentive trip without me there. Because you don't want to be the one, correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Jones, you don't want to be the one totally stressed out, checking out the rooms, making this yours right. Because I go there and I'm a step ahead and behind the scenes so that when you walk into that room, it's ready. So you position yourself in. So you're going to include yourself in the service as part of the package, and you're going to get paid for it. In boot camp, I actually give boot camp members a list of about 100 salient tips. Everything in the world you need to remember to do, you probably don't think of doing to escort groups and become very successful at it. Are you dumbfounded why perfect groups seem to bomb? Meaning everything seems great, but you go to launch it, everybody was excited, but nobody buys. I'm telling you why right now. Is that because it's not their fault. It's not the group leader's fault. It's not all the group members' fault for not buying. It's your fault because nobody ever taught you how to do a proper group launch. And it's called my group launch sequence. And the group launch sequence teaches you how to take the 4th P seriously. Listen to me, the 4th P seriously. Real quick, there's the 4 P's of marketing: product, price, place. What's the final P, the most important P, the promotion? And what we normally do is we open up for the purchase, which is the 5th P before the promotion. We look to build momentum. No. You need to build momentum before. And I teach this in my group launch sequence. It was just added to boot camp. It is absolutely probably the most valuable part of boot camp. And even before I had the group launch sequence, boot camp was enormously valuable to help you grow your business. And this is in boot camp. I teach you exactly how to do a group launch sequence so that when you open for sale, boom, boom, the momentum is huge. Number 10, are you not getting any group sales from your own inner circle? Everyone says to me, where do I find the business? Where do I get the business? I'm looking here, I'm running ads here, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm telling you right now, all the business you ever needed was right in your own backyard. And this goes for individual business too. And don't think that everybody on your list knows you're into groups just because maybe you have the word groups on your business card or groups on your website. No. I mean, when's the last time you had a client call you and say, oh, that they just came back from a wonderful incentive trip, a wonderful group trip, but they didn't book it through you? And you're like, whoa, why didn't you book it through me? And they say, well, I didn't know you do groups. You got to tell them. And don't just say, I do groups. You need to show them pictures of you escorting groups or share experiences. Tell them you just attended a session where you learned and became an expert on doing groups. You're in boot camp, whatever. All the business you need is your own backyard. And I'm going to write this down, because you're going to ask this question of everybody from now on. Your inner circle, your outer circle, your business circle, every circle you're in. What big celebrations on your horizon? What big celebrations are on your horizon? You wait and see. 9 out of 10 people, maybe 10 out of 10 are going to tell you what's coming up big. It could be an incentive trip, could be it could be a family reunion that they haven't planned yet. It could be a big anniversary celebration. That's the number one type of group, by the way, celebration group, anniversary, birthday, and so forth. And there's your opportunity to solve a problem. You solve a problem. What's the solution? Group travel. All right. I'm going to catch my breath now. I'm going to check the question board. Stick around because I've got 2 things for you. I'm going to give you that URL so you can access that free video right out of boot camp that I think is going to really help you, give you some more tips and tools how to get that group leader to commit and deliver. But I hope perhaps I've inspired you that you want to finally master group business model. Most of the agents in boot camp have been in business for a long, long time. They've just never nailed groups. It's called a group revolution. That's what we've started. All right, so let me open up the question board here while I post this here. Lenore said, I'm awesome. Well, thank you. Casey said, keep the information coming, Stu. You're welcome, Casey. Thanks for being here. Cedric, loud and clear. Yes, awesome. Yes, can hear you. Levon, welcome. Catherine saying, loving it. Jody says, good day. Hold on, because I got something else to share with you. So don't leave me just yet, and don't go to this website yet. Stick with me, then you're dismissed. Jacob here from Toronto, doing great. Thank you so much. This is awesome. We got Toronto, we got Ottawa, we've got Baltimore, we've got Portugal, and we've got Kona. And I guarantee we've got a dozen other states. This is super cool. Oh, Donna just said, here as a result of your broadcast with Mike Marshev that I missed while in Malta and Rome. I know, poor me. Donna, thanks. I'm so glad you came back again to join me. This is so cool. I just spoke to Mike about an hour ago. As you know, we're great friends. We love doing work together. I'm coming back to your questions. You guys are typing in great stuff here. Hey, Linda's calling in from New Jersey. Awesome. I used to live in New Jersey, by the way, Pompton Lakes and Wayne. for 8 years. So here's the deal, folks. What you're looking at right now, when we're done, go to this. It's bonus video, okay? StuartLoydCohen.com bonus video. That link is not a public link. It's only for you. It's going to be an 8-9 minute video, I think, of it right out of boot camp. And now, part 2, before I open up for Q&As, I just want to tell you what this special is as part of the anniversary celebration. Basically, you're going to get 2 extra months free. So instead of a 1-year membership of unlimited, all the time, every time access, you're going to get 14 months. It's a 1-day offer. But you're probably thinking, but Stuart, I'm not ready to start boot camp right now. And I'm going to say, but friends, it's okay. And I promise, this sales pitch is going to be over in 30 seconds. If you want to be in boot camp, great. I'm going to give you a roll out the red carpet. You're welcome. If you don't, let's still be friends. We'll still stay connected. But I guarantee you, 30 of you, because those are the odds, are going to join boot camp when we're done. I know how it always works. It's awesome. So if you're ready to start now, again, you got 14 months. So take your time, go through it at your own pace. You can buy now, start now, or you can deposit now. Listen to me, final word on boot camp. You can deposit now and start whenever. So if you want to just put $100 down, then you can contact me in June, in April, in September. Say, Stuart, okay, open up boot camp. I'm ready to go. Because I know I may have caught you at a busy time in your life and your business. You're not ready to start, or maybe you're ready to start now. I'll get you set up. And you don't have to pay the $600 all at once if you don't want. You can pay it out in $100 increments because I'm easy to do business with. There you go. All right, here we go. Now I'm going to open up for Q&A. I'm going to look at the question board here. So this is important. Please connect me, by the way, Stuart Cohen Show. There's all my information, my stuff. If you got to go, then you got to go. So let me express my gratitude saying thank you. If you don't got to go, I will stay here for as long as you need me to, but only till the top of the hour. Only till the top of the hour for Q&A. If you have a question, a comment, a suggestion, go ahead and type it in, or type in that you want me to turn your microphone on, and I'll be glad to. I'll let you know when I'm about to do it. Or you can just be a fly on the wall and listen to somebody else's problem. How's that? Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, hold on there. Judy says, if the tour operator I'm working with prints the brochure with the price, how do I add the extra value so they can't shop this? For example, an escort or tour company, like with Globus or Collect. Yep, I get it. Well, here's the deal. I have, and we can't, hi, Judy. But basically, yeah, I understand you can't avoid that too. But number one, I would hope that they would offer you the opportunity for a group rate, so you can shave a little bit. There'd be a different price point by going with a group. Whether they do or they don't, Judy, here's what I'd recommend. And this goes for everybody, because I understand the base pricing is always going to be out there for the bare bone stripped down product. Judy, what did I just say? That is the bare bone stripped down product. So when you're on the phone with your client, say, oh yeah, $4,000 a person. Exactly. That's the bare bone stripped down product. Everything you see there, of course, is what you're going to get, but you're going to get nothing more. But let me explain something. The reason why you're hiring me to be your travel professional and your group expert is because I know of all the things you're going to regret not including in your package. I have sent so many clients on this trip, this is you talking, Judy, that I'm going to be able to tell you now what you're going to end up buying that's going to cost you more money when you get there, that's going to be sold out, that's going to be stressful, that there's a long line to deal with. I know. That's why you hired me. So you see that bare bone stripped down price? That's not what you're going to be paying. Now listen to me, Judy. You're going to say, you're going to be paying more. And they'll be like, what? I don't want to pay more. You're going to say, if you buy that bare bone stripped down price, which you could buy anywhere, you're going to get all those wonderful things. It's going to be great. But you're going to come back to me. You're going to go, I wish I, shoulda, coulda, I wish I coulda. And if you did end up getting some of the things, you're going to pay a lot more money anyway. So what you're looking at is a price point that is a bit unrealistic, because you will spend more. So if you allow me the privilege and the honor of packaging everything now, and we'll go through this. If you give me permission to package, once I know the things that you want, and you know what? You won't even know what you want till I tell you what's available. You can do all the research you want online, and you're still not going to be aware of all the things that are available that I know about. Why? This is you talking, Judy. Number one, because I reduce stress and risk. I don't want you to have risk, and I don't want you to have stress of missing out stuff or paying too much. Number two, I add value and convenience. That's why you're going to give me permission to give you a package. You're going to pay more, but in the long run, you're going to be paying less because you're still going to be buying these things when you get there, and you're going to be paying more in the long run, right? And number three, the package I'm going to present is going to transform your life. Judy, I hope that answered your question, and I hope that was inspirational for everybody. Kate said, you always make me smile. Glad I'm back on your webinar list. I'm glad you're here too, Kate. Thank you so much. Lots of inspiration. I have a group meeting this afternoon. Super nervous, super excited. Good. It's good to be nervous, get the adrenaline flowing, but the most important thing I can tell you, Kate, is just be yourself. Go in being yourself. I had this meeting, lunch meeting yesterday with this man who is really has been an icon for me in the speaking business. He's phenomenal. He's an author. He's a big wig. And I was nervous. What am I going to ask him? What am I going to talk about? And I said, you know what? I'm going to be me, the real Stu. Because what you're looking at is me, the real Stu. And we had a wonderful time. Wonderful time. Okay, so here we go. Eva said, great tips. My pleasure. You're very welcome. Linda from New Jersey. We've got Jody here from Alberta. All right, I'm searching down for questions. Stick around. If you got to go, you can go. I sure hope you're going to go back to that link and get that free video I gave to you. No obligation. And I hope you're going to decide to come into boot camp and be one of my members my members love it. Love it, love it, love it. And I wouldn't say that unless I knew it and they tell me, they share me these things. Scott says, any French press today? Oh, Scott, of course, but the French press is already gone because I had already pressed my coffee. So you know, my friend, that I'm a French press coffee guy, and I'm using a nice Cuban organic dark roast bean. Yes. Hello, Patty. As awesome as usual, Stuart. Always learn something new. Thank you, Patty. It's great to have you here again over all these years. Thank you so much. It's wonderful to be connected and be friends, Patty. Thank you for your kind words. Hey, Lene is here. Do you ever cover anything about setting up your business for groups, how to pick a host that is best to work with? That's a great question. The answer is no. I stay out of that ball game. I start to be nonpartisan because I want you to pick a host that is sort of on the same plane, in the same sandbox as you. You feel comfortable with the people. I really don't get into that game, and I knew many of them, and it's about the people. It's about the opportunity. I don't get into that game. I'm so sorry. Can't recommend anything there. Although I do have favorite suppliers, but I tried to be completely non-committal because boot camp is non-promotional. It's not partisan. Yvonne, in searching for group leaders, she's in search of group leaders. So you know this particular company could be a potential group business opportunity. How do you start your investigation to reach that group leader person? How do you start your investigation? Could be a good potential group. Okay, I don't know, Yvonne, if you saw before, there are 5 ways you can get your foot into the door. Because if you just get in the door by trying to get to them and trying to make a sales presentation, it's going to be real tough because you and 1,000 other people are lined up to sell them something. And they have very limited time. And just hearing that you want to sell something to them, more than likely, delete. So remember, one of those 5 ways. Either you're a fan, you're a member, you're a customer, you're a partner in passion. What was the 5th? I don't remember. But a friend of. You have a referral. See? The mind is not failing me. A referral. That's how you get in. But you don't want to tell them that you're going to sell them something because it's going to irritate them if you start selling them, even if you get in the door to meet them. You got to pay it past the gatekeeper. Okay, and that's how you start the investigation. So what is it, Yvonne, that you want to learn about? Be honest. You want to learn, hey, how do you run this program? How do you keep your clients loyal? How do you run your successful your business? You know, where do you promote? How do you advertise? How do you use social media? Go in wanting to learn something that you want to learn, that you want to investigate. Of course, you're not going to use the words investigate, but you said I love saying, hey, I'd love to learn more about what you do. That's all I say. I'd love to hear about what you do. What are you doing? Yesterday, before my big luncheon with this incredible speaker, I had a meeting with somebody from the Memphis Visitors and Convention Bureau. And it was a friendly meeting, and it turned out went from 15 minutes to an hour. We were in Starbucks. It was great. We had a conversation. I said, hey, Colleen, I'd love to meet you. I'll come down. Let me buy you a cup of coffee. Tell me about what you do. That's it, Yvonne. Don't make it too complicated. First, make friends. Remember how Dale Carnegie, what we learned from Dale Carnegie's book, How to Make Friends and Influence People. You got to be friends with them. It's got to be a connectivity. Molly, I have a package. I have a group leader. How do I launch this group successfully? Molly, I'd love to be able to tell you, but you got to pay me to teach it, the steps. Molly, if somebody called you and said, hi, I've got a group and I want you to tell me how to do this group with the suppliers and deliver it, would you tell me? You would say, no, that's my expertise. Right, Molly? You wouldn't give away your information for free. I don't either. Although I hope you think I've given you a whole bunch of good stuff here, because I truly believe I have. So let me tell you this. Let me boil it down here, Molly. The whole idea to launching the group is not to use the methods that we've all been using, because suppliers haven't taught you this too. You need to use the same methodology, if you will, as a product. When a new store opens, okay, when a new product launches, what do? Do they just say, oh, by the way, our store opened yesterday, come on in? No. They say, now pay attention, Molly, I'm going to give you a little secret here. They say our new store is opening on the 24th. But we want you to come in on the 7th, because we're going to give you a preview. We're going to teach you what's to come. We're going to get you excited so that when the doors open up on the 24th, people are going to come in and buy. So my group launch sequence teaches you how to get them primed, ready through a sequence of promotional events. I just gave you some more information so that when you say, okay, buy now, they buy now. The whole idea is not to have to worry about building momentum, because when you open up for sale, Molly, that moment you open up for sale, that's when you're going to get the biggest number of sales at that moment. Then it's going to die. You can do new promotions and more promotions, but normally momentum goes down. And that's where we go wrong. We open up for sale and we struggle to build momentum. But here's what happens. Final word on this subject. Here's what happens. Okay. If you don't build momentum first, then all the potential customers who were jumping up and down saying, we're going to go, they're going to sit back and wait to see who else is going. And the worst thing in the world, what leads to failure, what leads to groups that bomb, is when everybody in the group who was jumping up and down saying, we're going, they want to make sure everybody else is going too. Now, Molly, when everybody in the group says that, guess what happens? Nobody goes. Nobody goes. So I teach you the steps, how to do it. I just told you what needs to be done. In boot camp, I tell you how to do it. That's where the value comes in. And the $600 you're going to make back from your first group, because it's going to work. It's proven. By the way, I don't talk a game. I play the game too, because I'm doing a partial ship charter on a river cruise for my friends and family. So I'm doing the same thing that I'm teaching you how to do, and I did the same group launch sequence. Lenore said she could also learn a lot being a fly on the wall. I couldn't agree more. Lenore says, what's the best way to get suppliers to help with marketing, cost share, expenses for cruise night? Wow, you're talking to the right guy here, because I was a former supplier. Not only was I a BDM out in the field back in New Jersey a long time ago with Costa and Princess, but I grew in the industry and I became director of field sales, key account field sales with celebrity, to give an example. So all day long, I had people asking me for money, and I had to figure out how to give out the money. So I'll give you a real quick, and by the way, this is in boot camp too, because if I've had that experience, I might as well share it with you. So in boot camp, I tell you exactly how to get the money, because I operate on a theme called OPM. Do you know what OPM stands for? OPM stands for other people's money. And I mean that in a kind, loving way. But Lenore, actually, Lene, it's Lene who asked for this. So Lene, you're going to see this in boot camp. I'm so excited. You're going to see it. You're in boot camp. So here's how you do it. Basically, you don't just call me as your rep and say, listen, I need money with this person. No. You got to tell me what you're doing and what your goals are. Okay, you gotta show me how that money's going to work, and definitely come in unless you have proven success track record with that supplier already or with me. Then you got no grounds to ask for the money unless you show me the plan. What are you going to deliver? All right, and show me what your goals are. Show me you're going to collaborate with me. Ask me questions. Hey, I need your help. I need your advice. There's nothing better you can say to a BDM than I need your help. I need your advice. I want to do a group. They're going to be like, I'll be there in 5 minutes. Seriously, remember, your success is their success. So one-page document what you're going to do, why you're going to do it, and what the goals are. And then layer in an incentive, Lene. What you want to do is say, look, if we hit 10 sales, I'm going to come back to you. I want you to guarantee me another couple of $100. Okay? But the key is show me how my investment is going to work in your business. Because if my investment works in your business, it comes back to me in my business. Because remember what my goal is as a BDM. What's my goal as your BDM? I need to hit my sales goals, my incentives. I make my money through raising sales. So if you're going to show me, Lene, how you're going to raise sales, which means that's going to raise my sales, I'm all in. But you got to prove to me that very simple one page what you're doing and how it's going to work. I hope that helps. Lenny says, I don't have experience escorting a group. How do you answer prospects when they ask what experience you have? Well, that you're going to have to do some practice on. When you get to week 4, Lene, you're going to see that document, the 100 tips of how to escort groups. So I would study. The best way to do it is to study. Study, study, study. Study now so that you can answer those questions and make a list of the services you provide, not just the services. Now listen to me very carefully. Don't just list the services, which is a feature. You want to list the benefits. Now remember, what's your purpose? To reduce stress and risk and to increase value and convenience. So just say that you will be there to do this, and what's the benefit of you doing that? The benefit of you doing that is that you'll have the substitution room or the whatever planned in the event that goes wrong. It'll be done. So you, Mr. Jones, you go. You're the group. You're the president of the organization for Mrs. Jones. You go have a good time. You don't want that stress on your shoulders. You're there to. Are you there to enjoy yourself too? Yes. I want you to enjoy yourself. You're paying me so that you can enjoy yourself. And by the way, you're never going to see my fee because it's all baked in. I'm part of the package. Okay. So what you need to do is rehearse, and you make a list based on what you learn in boot camp and from others too in boot camp of the features and benefits you provide. And that's all you need to talk about. You don't need to talk about past experience. Kate, great advice. Thank you, Stuart. Just be me. Awesome. Kate the Great. Awesome. I'm so excited. Thank you, Stuart. Appreciate the reminders and prods to do things better. You're very welcome. Jody, thanks for being here. Judy, thanks for giving us some great ideas and put them in a group notebook also. Hang on, everybody. I'm going through the list. Betty. Oh, not South Kona coffee duck roast. No, it's not. I should get some Kona. Yeah, that's the best, right? The Kona coffee. So you've got the Jamaican, the Blue Hills or the Blue. What is it down there in Jamaica that they have? And you've got the Kona. All right, Betty, you got a deal. Karen says, thanks for all the time. Info was great. The info is helpful. I'm glad, Karen. I'm glad you're here. Thank you so very much. Karen from California. Awesome. Awesome. We are coast to coast and global. Lynn, can you please give the URL for the video again? Yes. One moment, please, while I do that. Hold on there, everybody. Hold on. I'm going to give you that URL. Hold on. There it is. Nope, that's not it. Hold on. Hold on. We're going back. I'm going to get it for you. Don't go anywhere. Here it is. There's the URL for the video. StuartLocoin.com/ bonus video. There you go, Lynn. Molly, you made me laugh. Thanks. You are very welcome. The next Ask Stuart Hour, which is my coaching session for boot campers, is April 21. April 21. And that is for, actually, no, that's not true. I do it every other week. So the next coaching session is April 5th. April 5th. It's 1 hour. It's just me, right? No slides, no script. My boot campers ask me anything they want, unless if they have like a rash or something. I can't, that's my wife does. We got 3 minutes left, by the way. Well, she's a nurse practitioner, so that's what I'm saying here. There's the slide again. You're the best. I appreciate it for you. Welcome, Betty. You're very kind. Lynn says thank you, and I don't see any more questions, which means I'm going to give you the 30-second countdown. I know 30 of you. We've got a sellout today. 30 of you are going to buy boot camp. 70 of you won't. I respect you. I love you. But when you're ready, you're going to come start your group revolution because I will help you start it. I can promise you that. 30-second countdown. Got to run. Kate's got to go. Bye, Kate. All right, 10-second countdown, and then you are free to move about the cabin. You got a 5-second countdown. Bye, Scott. If you need me offline, we can touch base offline. Ta-da! All right, that's it, everybody. Stuart Cohen, Chief Motivation Officer and founder and creator of Group Bootcamp, thanking you for being here today, and I wish you the very best of success and happiness. Bye, Bonnie. Thank you for being here. Bye, everybody.